So ladies, I was watching this video today with Dr. Cheyenne Bryant and Nick Canyon, and they was basically, he was interviewing her, and she was talking about the low functioning woman. Basically, the low functioning woman is a woman who doesn't have emotional intelligence. She doesn't know who she is. She doesn't know how to regulate her emotions. She's not tapped into who she is as a woman, right? And she was telling Nick Canyon that the reason why he's able to get away with some of the toxic behaviors that he has portrayed in his relationships is because he attracts low functioning women. And he said some things that I thought was very, very interesting. And I want to bring them to you today. So your girl took notes, right? I'm going to title this video, How Men Prey on Women, because I thought the things that he said was very, very, very important. There was a part of the video where he said, he basically knows how to manipulate a woman into getting what he wants. He knows how to play the perfect character to get a woman to fall in love with him, to get the draws, and then he dips and she doesn't see him in 3 weeks or however long, right? So he knows how to study women, study what it is that they want, study the type of man that they want, and he will betray that character, and then he will manipulate them and trick them, and then basically he will reveal his toxic self of who he really is, and then that woman will be left dumbfounded, confused, stuck with a baby, etc., right? So I want to help you today. I'm going to give you some key points on how you can basically spot a man who's trying to prey on you, or how to not be a low functioning woman so that you don't have to run into these manipulative men. And if you do, you're able to spot it. All right. So the first sign is, one, the reason why men prey on you is because, one, you are low functioning. So this just simply means that your level of thinking, it just means that the level that you're on emotionally, you are attracting these men. So that means that there's something on the inside of you that resonates with that man in order for him to come in to manipulate you, to trick you, or to do tricks. So basically this will be considered like the law of attraction. So she said something that was really good. She said you don't attract who you think you are, you attract what you really are, right? So if you are attracting men that are manipulative, that are lying, that are scheming, that are X, Y, and Z, it's because there's something within you as a woman that resonates and connect with that man. And in order for you to change what it is that you are attracting, you have to change who you are. You have to change your core, your essence as a woman, and work on you to become better so that you're no longer even attracted to these toxic type of men. That's one. Number two, you have to get rid of your delusion. Dr. Cheyenne calls it the fairy tale. Okay, so as women, we all have this fairy tale image of the man that we want, right? So you know you want him to have 6 abs, 6 foot, 6 figures, right? We all have this fairy tale idea of the type of man that we want in our heads, right? And it's so easy for men to prey on women because typically we all want the same thing. They already know what it is that we desire. So when you're going into when you're meeting these men and you're telling them everything that you want in a man, and you're sitting back wondering, wow, you're thinking he's so amazing. Sis, he's just a mirror. He's just reflecting you. He's just giving you your desires because you've told him everything that you wanted, and he's pretending to be that person. So you have to get rid of this delusion of this hero man that you want, because it becomes easy for a man to trick you and to get the draws, to trick you into a relationship when you have this fairy tale man. Get rid of the delusion. Once I got rid of my delusion, I stopped being able to be tricked by men because I see a person for exactly who they are. I don't go off of potential. I go off exactly what you're showing me. I know what it is that I desire as a woman, but sometimes as a woman, we put the traits and the characteristics that we want on a man on the man that we like when he's not even that person. So in reality, when we end up in these situations where we're pregnant and X, Y, and Z, and we're like, well, he tricked me. The reality is, sis, is he was never that person, but because you had this delusion, you had this fairy tale version of who you wanted him to be, you made him that person when he was never that. So get rid of the fairy tale. 3, you have to build a relationship with yourself, to know yourself as a woman. You have to learn how to work on you. You have to be okay with being single. You have to be okay with being by yourself. You have to learn how to be a whole woman and not a piece of woman. You have to learn how to meet your needs within yourself. It's okay to desire a relationship. There is nothing wrong with that. But you want to get into a relationship out of want and not need. I'm in this relationship because I want you, because I want to, not because I need you, not because I'm trauma bonding to you. So when you begin to build a relationship with yourself, when you begin to love you, when you begin to care about you, these men can't just come in so easily and manipulate and trick you, right? And the 4th one is, stop being so desperate for a relationship. This is how a man is able to get away with anything, because he knows that you are so desperate for a relationship that you will stay, and he could put you through anything. This is how this man is able to have multiple baby mamas and nobody's checking him, because they're so desperate, because they just want this man to come in with these big strong hands and arms to save them at the end of the day. You have to be okay with waiting on God. You have to want what God has for you, and not this fairy tale man that you've made up in your mind. Stop being so desperate for a relationship. A relationship does not define you. It will come in its season. Remember, law of attraction. So as long as you're putting yourself out there as the healed version of you, as the healed woman that you want to be, you will eventually attract that man. But stop thinking that being married is a reward for something that you've done right, and being single is a punishment, and to learn to enjoy the season that you are in. Stop being so desperate. And last but not least, don't allow your desires to lead you. When you have unchecked desires, the enemy knows exactly what it is that you like. He could bring to you a devil, but if he looks like what you said that you wanted in a man, light skin, dreads, 6 foot, 6 figures, he got the nice car, you will be tricked because you're not being led by the Holy Spirit. As a woman, you have to learn how to tap into the Spirit of God, the Holy Spirit, your intuition, right? You have to learn how to tap into that higher part of yourself to be able to connect with people on a deeper level than just what you see on the surface. These men are very manipulative. You want to be a woman who is able to discern past what you can see. You want to be able to discern that person's spirit and to pick up on these things, because most of the time as women, the reason why we are tricked is because we are disconnected from God. And when he shows us the red flags, we think it's 6 flags. Okay. So you want to begin to build a relationship with God and submit those desires to him so that he can purify them and give them back to you. Stop chasing after what you want and allow God to bring you what you need, because he knows you better than anything else. And if you're new around here, don't forget to like, share, and follow this content, and I'll see you in the next video.